What's up, world? It's your girl Bobby Pin, and today we've got a special artist spotlight. We will be speaking with singer-songwriter Kaiya about her experience that has recently gone viral from being a part of Rick Ross' talent show. So I'm gonna play a clip for you, but first let me know, let me make sure she's ready. Hold up. I'm about to pull up the clip that I'm referring to from Rick Ross' talent show that will show you the clear disparity. But before we get into that, I want to take a second. So first of all, thank you for tuning in. If you are watching us live, thank you so much. Hit the follow button. I do interviews like these regularly. You can catch them all over on IGTV. Also, I would love if you would go ahead and click that buy a badge button at the bottom of your screen if you're liking what you're hearing and you're feeling this. Last but not least, share it. Share it with a friend. That's a free way to show some love. You feel me? Also, if you are interested in building a media brand, maybe you want to start a podcast or your own YouTube channel or a blog. Yes, blogs still matter in 2021. Then you may be interested in my online course, Put Yourself On Media Academy. You can learn more over at putyoursselfonacademy.com. I've recently launched a membership program that not only will give you access to the course and some other tools and resources that I have, but it will help you build your own network and your own community of like-minded individuals. So I'm really excited about that. My students are loving it, and I would love to have you be a part of that. Last but not least, make sure you join me back here on Sunday for more interviews like this. So I'm gonna pull up the clip of our guest on her show, and I want you to be the judge. You tell me, was this colorism or was it justified?
Just Brittany, you got me for the whole night. Baby, we gon' get it right. Oh yeah, I don't like no weedish. Can help me in the secret. Oh no, you think I'm with a boss. No worries at all. I can give you everything you need.
Your future bright, shorty, your future bright. The music was bright. Smartest move I like.
I knew the song Boss Vibes that I did was going to get Ross's attention because I went to his past and I redid something and I put my own little twist to it and he liked it. My whole goal of this whole competition is to be the first lady of MMG. That's what I want. I can look this good and I can get a lot of attention, but I use my valedictorian mind skills and I make sure I take care of my business. Me and another person had the same beat.
I'm really curious who has the other beat. She has the same beat. Oh,
She
Kaiya.
might have had the brain, but this did not
I'll
have
be
the
able to hear
vocals.
the difference in R&B and hip hop.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Kaiya and I, we had the same beat. I wasn't trying to be mean or catty or anything. I just had to put it out there because I had to save myself.
Kaiya, you better deliver, Kaiya. I believe in you,
Come through,
Kaiya.
Kaiya.
Boy, you can have my heart and all my love. I give you back 'cause I ain't with the judge. And I don't need nobody telling me that this ain't all the time I can't see. So maybe we should run away. Run away. For another place.
Yo.
They don't believe.
That wasn't the best platform for your voice.
Nope. What?
You have a unique voice. And Britt did sound better than yours.
They like mine's best.
Ciao, bye, okay? Kaiya is in the building. Before we pull her up, again I say, make sure you share this live. It's going to get real good. Shout out to my girl. It's your girl, Lola. Thank you so much for buying a badge. Kaiya is coming up right now. We got to get into this. What's up, queen?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm even better now that I get to talk to you directly, girl. We've been going back and forth about this clip for honestly a few years, but most recently in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And I cannot for the life of me wrap my head around how they could hear the previous performance and say that she killed it, and then hear you were giving me high notes, you gave me originality, and then still kind of question it. So tell me, how did it feel in that moment when they said that to you? What were you thinking?
I was shocked. not, because I felt like my song was better than hers, but because we did, bring two different things to the table. I would have rather, I guess. Well, I think I knew it was going to be compared anyways because it was the same track, but I guess I was more so just wanting feedback and criticism rather than my song just being compared to hers, I guess.
Girl, I still feel like you're giving me a politically correct answer, but I'm going to let you live. All right, so I definitely clearly want to get into the tea, but let's go ahead and set some context for people.
Yes.
Introduce yourself. How did you first become interested in music?
Okay, well, you guys, hi, my name is Kaiya. I've been pretty much singing my whole life. I started singing when I was probably about like 3 or 4 in church. And when I hit about 13, that was like my first time actually performing, I guess, outside of my home. And from there, I started singing in stage plays, and I met a playwright by the name of David Payton, where I met my former manager and how I moved to Atlanta and started singing.
Okay. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay, cool.
Man.
So you're clearly amazingly talented. Your voice is beautiful, to be clear. But that wasn't the only thing that stood out. It was that your song, you took a beat that was familiar and gave us something completely original. So Talk to me about your songwriting and your creativity.
Okay, so basically what happened with that was, it's actually, people think it's a Aston Martin beat from Rick Ross's song. It actually wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just sounded like it, which is why she, I guess, sampled the song. So when I wrote it, I didn't even hear that it even sounded similar to the song. So
yeah,
props to her for being creative and doing that, because I didn't notice the similarity. But basically we had like a day or two to write the song and record it. So
wow.
It was like very, very, very stressful. And I had actually written something completely different at first, and I wrote it to a different track, but they couldn't air it on TV or something. So that's how I ended up with this other beat. And I wrote something to that, like in crunch time. I think I had like 12 hours to actually get something done, because I had to record it like the next morning. And when I went to record it, everybody was like, hey, Brittany has the same beat. And I was like, oh man, I already know this about to be something when we have to present this. So
Can I interject right there?
Yeah.
Did the producers do that on purpose to kind of spice up the show?
No, it was literally a coincidence. Like, none of that was scripted or anything. It literally like just happened. It was just a coincidence. So after I recorded it or whatever, I was happy about it. I was getting like a bunch of good feedback from it, and I was excited. I was very confident in what I had did. So I guess when I got there and, presented the song and, I didn't even get a chance to finish it or whatever the case was, I kind of felt like I had egg on my face. I was like, I did this, and, I put my hard work into it and everything, and it just didn't work out, I guess,
You have such a good spirit. Had you ever been on a platform like that where you were under that kind of pressure in front of, was it The Dream, Rick Ross, like some really big names in music? Like, had you ever been in a setting like that before?
No, and I don't think I have ever experienced so much anxiety in one in place in my life. Like, that was probably, oh my God, that was.
And you still killed it. You're amazing.
That was a lot. That was that was definitely a lot on me. So I felt like I had to really bring it when I came in there, and that's what I was trying to do, which I still felt like I did, regardless of how they felt. That's still opinions. Everybody has one, but I still felt like I did my thing. So
you did, and I think the rest of the world kind of agrees.
Thank you.
So in that moment, because I know sometimes social media viewers can kind of take things out of context, perhaps, and blow things up. Right. In that moment, did you feel slighted at all? Like, what were your thoughts?
I definitely, I at the time, that was like 3 years ago. So I didn't feel, I know everybody kept saying it was colorism and, all of that. I didn't feel that in a moment or whatever, but I can't say that's not what, anyone else's intentions were. I mean, I don't know what their mindset was at the time. I definitely felt, though, like there was something going on, you know, at the time. I wasn't really sure what it was, but maybe it was because of, you know, her appearance or whatever the case was, but I felt like I had to like do a little extra, I guess. So, but yeah, it was something. I don't know.
Had you ever gotten, and even now, have you ever had an experience where you feel like you might have been overlooked for either a role or an opportunity because of your complexion? Talk to me about those experiences. What is that like?
Especially being a singer, like singers come a dime a dozen. It's 1,001 of us out here trying to make it and making music, whether it be a rapper or whatever the case is. So there's been times where I auditioned and it's, you know, women of lighter complexions or, you know, longer hair that's not as kinky as mine. And I felt looked past 1,001 times, but at the same time, it never stopped me from singing. It never stopped me from going forward. And yeah, but a lot, actually.
Has anyone ever like said it to you, or you just kind of noticed like, oh, that's what they were going for?
No one has said anything like derogatory, but I have been in settings where people have pointed out my darker skin complexion. Maybe it's because I stood out, and that don't necessarily mean in a bad way, but it was noticeable, you know, being chocolate, which is all good. You know,
I see a comment that I like that I want to read out loud. Lighter complexion does not always mean that they're beautiful. The industry is weird. It can be a very strange place for sure. And this is an age-old conversation. I can listen to Kelly Rowland's interviews. There's so many talented artists who have experienced this. So how does it feel for you right now to kind of be thrust in the position and sort of like, I guess, expected to maybe advocate for browner women?
It's a blessing. Honestly, I'm happy that I'm even able to have the opportunity to do something like that. Like, being the fact that I've had to overcome it, you know, being a teenager on up, you know, going through puberty, your mind is everywhere and people say stuff and do stuff all the time. So I'm happy that I'm even able to do this for other beautiful Black women.
Yes, all the shades, okay? We come in all the flavors. I want to put you on the spot, sis. I hope you're ready. Can we get a little something? What's on your heart today? Can we get a song?
Oh, okay. I covered this song recently, but I'll sing it anyway. I'll sing it loud. I wish I could believe you, then I'd be alright. But now everything you told me really don't apply to the way I feel inside. Loving you is easy once upon a time, but now my suspicions of you have multiplied. Oh yeah, and it's all because you lied. I may never understand why I'm doing the best that I can, but I always try to forget this, but I'm much too full of resentment. Okay.
If I didn't have all these layers, I would show you my goosebumps. Oh my gosh. Your tone is crystal freaking clear. You literally have an amazing voice. Like, it's not just sonically good, it feels good, if that makes sense. Like, your voice feels good. Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us, girl. And Beyonce is not an easy cover, so you did that effortlessly too. It was nothing. So to bring things, I guess, kind of contemporary, the reason your clip resurfaced again was the song that Danny Lay put out, Praising Yellow Bones.
Right.
And it is, I could perhaps see how maybe she didn't think it was that serious, because rappers do talk about their preferences all the time. So like, when that happened, like, what did you think? And how do you feel about songs, whether it's Brown Skin Girls, which I don't think is the same as what she was singing about, but how do you feel about discussing colorism in music?
I honestly feel like it's all about people's intentions. And what I mean by that, like, you know, if she was making the song, I know some people were saying that she made the song to be, I guess, derogatory towards
the baby mama.
The baby's baby mama. So I feel like that was really based off her intentions. Like, she knows, you know, if she had ill intentions or not, but I don't think that there's necessarily something wrong with someone praising themselves, but, you know, it don't have to be praised like as a skin complexion. Like, I feel like even when Beyonce made this song Brown Skin Girl, we all brown. Like it wasn't, dark skinned girl or, light skinned girl, whatever the case was. Literally all of us are brown. So that's not the same thing to me. But I really feel like that was just really based off her intentions. If she had ill intentions, then that's on her. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I agree with that. I like that. I want to take a pause and thank Curls_Coils for buying a badge, as well as L'Amour Lifestyle PR. Shauna actually set up this interview, so thank you both for buying a badge and participating today. But yeah, so I was taken aback. I like the girl. I like Danny Lay. And I'm just like, sis, this is a huge misstep, especially right now at your career. You're kind of hitting that turning point from like a new act to like you're kind of somebody worth watching. So I see she took you down. It looks like she's been able to move forward. But I guess what advice would you put out for other songwriters and how to, I don't know if this question is even going to make sense, right? Because it's art and it comes from the heart. So you can't tell somebody what to write. But like, maybe I'll ask this way. Where do you draw your inspiration from? And what advice perhaps would you give other songwriters that are looking for something to say?
For me, my inspiration has always been drawn just from personal experience, which I know a lot of people write from that. And even other people's personal experience, hearing someone else's pain or their joy, like that can always make something beautiful. But I guess for her, like where, I don't want to use the word where she went wrong, but I guess when people addressed it, she was very defensive. Like, and instead of just really paying attention to what people were saying to her, she got like immediately, defensive. But I guess as the days went on and it was getting worse and people was adding fuel to the fire, somebody must have got in her ear and said something, because she ended up, coming out and saying, well, hey, I didn't realize this is what, that meant or what I was doing. So I apologize, yada, yada, yada. So I commend her for doing that. But definitely, I guess when you're making songs about sensitive subjects, stuff that we're still going through now and ain't over with yet, and some people still aren't even acknowledging the fact that it's even real. Yeah, you have to be careful. Yeah, you have to be very careful with stuff you say and do, especially now. I don't know why, but social media has gotten like super duper sensitive, about a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, we're bored, so we have nothing to do other than scrutinize everything you post.
We've been in the house for a year, so I get it. But I guess, you just have to be careful and be prepared for whatever comes next. Yeah. So, yeah.
How have you been kind of harnessing the attention that you've been getting recently?
It's been kind of hard. It was overwhelming. Like, I had to, like, cut off my notifications because I really couldn't even, like, use my phone. It was just so much going on. So, now I just been, going to the studio, just preparing myself to, I guess, release a project for everybody to hear, which is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I didn't really know how to, like, go about doing it or exactly what I wanted to do. So like, everybody has been sending me, like, the kindest messages and just, saying how inspirational I am to them. So inspiring I am to them. And I don't know, they've kind of just been, I feel blessed. Like, this whole it's been overwhelming, but I'm definitely very, very, very grateful for every opportunity that has been coming my way, and everything else. So I'm happy.
I think that's the best part about this story and you, is that you could have, even on the show, it looked like you didn't let that moment destroy you or crush you. Like, you just seem like you move in stride and you find the best in all situations. So I'm really happy for you, and I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
I saw some people in the comments, they said they want you to finish that song. Can we expect the full song at some point?
Hopefully. I actually don't have it at the moment. I'm trying to get it, but if I can't, I ain't gonna say probably, I'm not sure yet. I might remake it and for everybody to listen to the full song, but that's kind of like, where is it right now? It's kind of in limbo right now, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but hopefully I make the decision to remake it.
Yeah, they're scamming you, okay? They say it's the natural hair for me. I also see another great question here. They want to know, how do you handle writer's block?
I know for me, especially like, it's over the years, it's taken me a long time to like get to the point where I'm able to write. Sometimes you really just have to sit on stuff. Like, if it's stressing you out that much, start on something else, or, take a break or eat your burger, a sandwich or something, just some crackers, just, get your mind off of it and get back to it. Like, just you know, don't let that type of stuff like stress you out. Like it's music, like it's supposed to be beautiful. It ain't supposed to be something that's stressing you out or whatever the case is. So just take your little break, you know, then get back to it.
I have to do that even as a journalist. Like I'll be pressing myself to finish something and I'm like, just go step away. Like go to sleep, right. Wake up the next day, look at it with some fresh eyes and like it all comes to you. Hold up, there's a question.
Exactly.
Oh, I guess I could have put the question on the screen. Oh, I guess I can't. If anyone else has questions, feel free to use the Q&A. But yeah, can we, how is your acting going amidst the pandemic?
How has my
acting? Yeah. Like, have you done any virtual castings or auditions or anything?
Oh, no, not at the moment. Right now, I've kind of just been focusing on a project. Even before this happened, I was still like pondering on what exactly to do. I haven't really like auditioned for anything else, and I honestly doubt if like, you know, if they were doing auditions, if they're even gonna film anytime soon with everything that's going on. So right now, I've kind of just been focusing on my own little project for y'all to listen to.
We definitely just got a great question from curls_coils. Has Rick Ross or anyone from the show offered an apology?
No.
Yikes.
But honestly, that doesn't really bother me to begin with. I honestly didn't expect for any of them to say anything to begin with. You know, they're pretty big people in the industry right now, so I feel like maybe they felt if they said something that they'll have to apologize to everybody or whatever the case was. So I kind of feel like they hushed on purpose, which I get it. So I'm not sweating it at all. It is what it is.
Good for you. Good for you. Another question from It's Your Girl Lola _. After this experience, what would you say to younger women struggling with colorism in our community that may experience similar situations?
That's good. You know what? I can only tell from my personal experience. I struggled with being chocolate for a long time. I probably didn't even realize I was beautiful myself until I was like late in my teens or maybe like, you know, 18 or 17, 19 years old. So I honestly got to a point, honestly, singing really gave me confidence. Like being on stage and singing really like just instilled so much in myself. Like whatever complexion you are, whatever you look like, whether you're plus size, you're really petite, or you're dark skin, you're light skin, you're short, you are literally beautiful. Like regardless of what anybody else is saying. I know people say that all the time, but it's true. Like it really is. Like there's somebody out there for everybody. And you're beautiful, regardless of what anybody's saying about your skin complexion or things about yourself that you can't change. So I feel, girl, just work it. Just rock it. Whatever you got going on, just do your thing.
Make it work for you.
Yes.
What you're saying actually sounds similar to what we heard Chloe Bailey say this week when her sexuality or over-sexuality came into question. And she's just like, y'all are painting me, first of all, in a completely wrong light. And I'm still learning how to love myself. So what would you say about that? About people trying to police how women, particularly Black women, love ourselves? Like it's like we can't do anything right.
Exactly. I've noticed that they typically do that for people who are, I guess, putting their lives in the forefront. Whatever, you know, people that's, you know, on social media, they have a lot of followers or magazines, whatever the case, everybody has something to say. But at the same time, I feel like people really have to reevaluate like their own self. Like we're all doing stuff that probably if people knew we was doing it, we'll be getting criticized or critiqued or whatever the case was. And it's like, okay, do you want somebody doing, you know, that type of stuff? You want somebody really critiquing every decision you make or every little event that happened in your life? Like that's ridiculous. Like let's just chill out. She's doing what she want to do because she grown and it really ain't none of your business. But if she decided to check out, that's her. Like just let her do her. You don't have to sit there and police everything somebody's doing or, you know, comment on stuff. Like that's ridiculous. Just let her be and just let everybody else be. Like it's just
especially when like 2 days later everybody was laughing and talking about Trey Songz. Nobody came to him.
Like, it's a lot of Yeah.
Double standards. But I know that's not necessarily your lane. So, but I do appreciate the feedback, and I'm looking at all the rights and exactlies in the comments, girl. So
Yes.
So you're working on the next project. What else should we look out for? And definitely let us know how we can keep in touch with you.
Yeah, so I am working on an EP, something a little short, but just give y'all a little taste of what I do, besides the show. I don't really want that to be like what I'm known for, whatever the case is. Like, it happened, it is what it is. I'm moving past it. Hopefully, they've reevaluated some stuff within themselves or whatever the case is. But I have a project coming out for you guys to listen to, and until I release it, you guys can follow my journey on my Instagram at I_Kaiya. That is I_KAIYA.
All right, guys. Thank you again so much, Kaiya, for checking in and sharing your love and light and that amazing voices. Please keep sharing it. We love it. We're here for it. As soon as the EP drops, I'm about to run the stream.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. You have to check back in. How about that? I'll do you one back.
Yes, definitely. Up to.
All right, Queen. Well, thank you again so much for tuning in, and thank you to everyone who watched. Please make sure you share this live. Share the replay. Somebody needs this encouragement, and somebody just needs the gift of her music and her voice. So please make sure you share it. And thank you again, Boo.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
One more again, I just want to thank all of you for tuning in live. If you do not follow me, please make sure you hit that follow button. I'd really appreciate it so that you can keep up with more interviews that I do with emerging and established artists, as well as business owners and other creatives. Also, if you are interested in learning media and how to get into the game and do your thing, please check out my academy, putyourselfonacademy.com. And you can go ahead and listen to my podcast if you miss me that much. Put Yourself On Podcast is available on pretty much all streaming platforms, so you can just search that. In the meantime, I will be back with another interview, so stay tuned. Bye.